Right, next up we have this BMW 650i. This is a monster, and back in the day, I remember I couldn't get insurance on one of these. I tried everything. V8, 362 horsepower, just over 5 seconds, 0 to 60 in such a big car. But these things sound the business. So I've had a phone call. The customer is saying to me that he's losing coolant, and I can actually see where it's been parked already. It is damp down here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take you through the process. When anyone says to me, I've got a leak, a coolant leak, I will take you through the process. The first thing you do with a leak. Let's do it. V8, 362 horsepower. Let's have a look, see what we got. But I can see it's been leaking. Such a great engine on this car. Such a great engine, that V8. Right, okay, so first thing is first. On these engines, they're huge. So there's lots of coolant pipes where it could potentially leak from. You've got coolant pipes to and from. You've got the coolant bottle. You've got water pump area. You've got, and it does look wet down here. So I'm assuming it's going to be somewhere in and around here. The washer side on these engines are this side, so I'm assuming it's going to be somewhere around here. But first things first, guys, whenever someone says to you they have a coolant leak or you are losing coolant in the coolant bowl, so you top it up, drive it around for a couple of days, and you notice it's below where you set it, you have got a leak. So always, always, first thing first, I've got a kit that I use, which is probably 20 quid, 25 quid. And you might have seen this in the videos already. It is a very, very simple way to pressurize your cooling system. Look at this for a guess. I would say that's the one. You can tell I've done this before, can't you? But yes, this here is just to pressurize the cooling system so we can see if we have got any leaks. Now on this gauge here, you can see it will give you green to 1 bar. The cooling system on this BMW, they normally go up to 1.2, 1.3 bar. So if you pressurize to 1 bar, you will be underneath the safe working practice for your cooling system. But if you're not unsure, just check. But the green gauge is normally about where we will see it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pump it up and see if we can see where this is leaking from. Oh, there we go. I didn't even need to get to 1 bar. Jay, I can see it. Look at this. I can hear it. Look. You see it down there? That is the plastic cooling tank. Look at that. Ready? It's pouring out. So what we're going to do, you see that, everyone? Yeah, so you can see that clearly. Well, how easy was that? So all we're going to do, do you know what? That's probably one of the easiest jobs. Normally, got to get it up in the air, strip it all down underneath, see where it's all coming from. You know, on the 520s or the 320Ds, normally you get the plastic pipe on the side of the cylinder head there. They normally go, and they're a bit of a nightmare. But that, all that was this. But this set, I am not joking. This set I've had for about 4 years, and I use it almost every day. People ring me up and say, I've got a leak, I've got a leak, I've got a leak. Let's pressure test it, see where we are, and you know where you are. But let's see if we can get one of these tanks. 650 V8. Is someone going to have one? It's probably going to end up being a Febby part, or if we can get one, it's Friday now, probably won't get it till Monday. So let's see if we can get one. It's probably going to be BMW, but let me see. And just like that, we have the part. Now, genuine part, let's see if it's the right one. Right, perfect. So, I can hear inside that the float is there. You have also got the sensor on the bottom. This is a locating lug. These will all be held on by like a horseshoe type clip, and then just a couple of bolts. So this should be fairly straightforward for us to replace. Not the cheapest thing in the world. Well over 100 quid. So all we're going to do, just make sure that these bolts are the right size. Yeah, they're all good. Won't take them out just yet because we've got to do these horseshoe clips. But you've got to be really careful with these horseshoe clips, because if you lose them, you're in for a world of pain. Now that seems to have locked in, so we're going to be all right there. That one seems to have locked in, so we're going to be all right there. And then all we want to do is just slide it side to side. And hopefully, that's it. We keep those on like that. Now, the easiest way to do this would now be to try and undo these, pull this up, because we've got to try and get on these bottom ones as well. And there's a sensor in there. So I'm just going to quickly pull the horseshoe up on the bottom one, which is what it's done. Let's see if I can get that off. You will get coolant everywhere. So it's only what's left in the bottle. So just crack it off. Make sure it's in somewhere that you can drain. It doesn't go into the ecosystem. This is pretty much empty anyway, so I don't think it's going to be anything to come out of here. It's probably already emptied out as he's been driving along with it. So all we're going to do, just quickly take these bolts out. They're 2 T25s maybe. That should then pull out of the locator at the bottom, which it does. Now, that new one does not come with a cap, but it might help me with being able to move it without getting covered. So this sensor here, if you come round here, Jay. So this sensor wire just plugs off there. Now this is going to be the bit. He has only filled it up with water because he's had such a leak with it. So it should only be water that we've got a problem getting it out with. Okay, I'm just going to have to go. And that's it. Yeah, it's just water in there. All water. So this is going to need a complete coolant flush because he's obviously been leaking for some time. There is only water. There is no coolant in this thing whatsoever. So we're going to need to make sure that we top this up. Same thing again, same as what we've done already. This horseshoe clip, as you can see inside here, all that does is just like a locking tab. Don't pull it too hard, and if you pull it right, it will lock in to these sides here. So when we go to stick this back on here, making sure that this line here lines up with it, what you've got there. Otherwise it won't come on enough. I like to try and get it in, pop it down, and then just clip it in like that. Nice and easy, okay? Very straightforward, guys. Just got to think about it. And then what we will do is make sure that that secures itself in the locating lug. We'll push that in. Same thing again. 2 locators on here. So we locate, push it on a bit, push that down, lock it in. All right? Same thing again. Locate it, push it down, lock it in. All right? And we just get these 2 screws. And then hopefully there's not that much air in the system, but we'll run it up with some proper coolant. There's enough out of this system now where it's just been topped up with water, but we will get that topped up with the right stuff. To be honest, later stuff normally has the green coolant. This hasn't had any, this hasn't got any colour whatsoever. So it's probably going to be, I'll put the right stuff in. So we've got all the colours. We've got the green, we've got the blue, we've got the pink. So we'll do whatever we need to do in it. But yeah, get these T25s in. That one there. That one there. You will need the cap off the other one, which we will take from here. Let me just see what I will do as well. Oh, it does, it fits. Let me just show you the split. Let's see if we can see it in here. There. There is your split there. And that's where it was coming from. See that crack? There. So we've got it. So let's get this run up. Let's get the coolant in it. And then what we'll do, once you've got this up and it's back up to the maximum, we'll pressure test it again to see if this is now holding. Now that the coolant is in, see this? This is basically a level. Once this comes up to the top, you can tell that the coolant is on its max point on there. So now what we're going to do, same thing as we did before, we are going to see if the pressure will hold. I normally pump it up to 1 bar, and then what we will do, good thing is as well, because we've had all them hoses off, this will give us a good opportunity to see if they have actually stayed together. So now you can see that, yeah? So basically all we're going to do is leave it for like 30 seconds and just make sure that that is not going down anywhere, and that would emanate that we have actually got another leak. I've had it before where you think, oh, it's going down a little bit, and ended up just needing a little bit of a push on there, and that was that. Right, so that is 30 seconds to a minute later, and we're still holding fine. Absolutely fine. So let's get this run up to temperature and make sure everything's all good. If you're happy with the videos or how I'm showing you how to do things, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It takes 2 seconds, guys, and it means the world to us. We'll see you on the next one.